Hello and welcome back to JRPG Weekly with Final Fantasy 15. I'm your host and stalker, also known as John, and we are back once more with Final Fantasy 15. So, when last we left our heroes, we were on a train. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit more detail in just a second. Because I kind of did. I talked briefly about some of the positioning and some of the symbolism that was going on with the emotional conflict between Noctis and Gladio. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Let's go into it. Let's go ahead and just do it. Let's just do this shit. Come on. We can do this. Okay. Alright, so. First thing, when we saw Gladio, and when we saw the four of them last, together in the cinematic, Gladio and Noctis were facing the back of the train. They were facing the rear of the train. Prompto and Ignis were facing the front of the train, which is symbolic. Facing is always, especially when you're on a train, facing is almost always symbolic when you're telling a story. When you're on a train represents transition. Not only does it represent transition, it represents slow transition. Slowly moving from point A to point B, because it takes a long time to get anywhere on a train. What are Gladio and Noctis doing? They are stuck in the past. They're sort of stuck thinking about what each other should have, actually they're both thinking about what Noctis should have done. And Gladio is in a small part thinking about what he couldn't do or what he should have done. And about the events that happened in Altissia. And so they're looking at the back of the train. They're looking where they came from. They're looking at Altissia. Prompto and Ignis, who are trying to keep the group together and have not only positioned themselves between Noctis and Gladio to serve sort of a barrier, are looking forward. They're looking ahead. What comes next? What do we need to do next to continue on our journey? Then Gladio and Noctis fight. And after that, so Gladio, in order to fight with Noctis, has to stand up and turn. Not only does he leave the shadows he was in, but he also is now facing the front of the train, indicating a change in perspective. He's trying to push forward. He's trying to push forward, but Noctis is in his way. Their conflict has to be resolved before either of them can move on. And after their fight, Noctis leaves the group, leaves the rest of them, and goes to sit by himself. And when next we see Noctis, he's sitting up here by himself, isolated from the rest, but looking forward. He knows he needs to go forward. He knows he needs to go forward, but he can't quite figure out how yet. And at that point, we are given free rein to roam the train.
If there's a tomb here, you bet we'll be raiding it.
And so here they are, Ignis and Prompto, where they were facing forward previously, now they're facing both directions. You know, sort of an indication that we're in a... We're in sort of a middle ground situation here. Where, depending on what happens on the train, we could move forward, we could move back. They're sort of the... I mean, it also sort of shows that they are regulating a lot of what's happening here. They're sort of just being in the middle. So we walk around, we get some more information. There's not much to do right now, but we're still looking around. Journals talking about the events of the past. Newspapers, specifically. We're walking backwards. We're trying to find... We couldn't go any further forward, so we have to go backwards. We're going backwards to find the answer to what we need to do to go forward.
I hope at least one ancestor of yours had the sense to build his tomb somewhere safe.
I got turned around there. But yeah, so we're walking backwards in an attempt to find our way forward. Yeah, forwards. And as we're going backwards, we run into Gladio, who's doing the same thing, just slightly further ahead of us. He's already realized that there are no answers further back. And so he turned around and started coming back forward. I kind of love that bit because there's nothing you can really do on the train at that point, other than walk back and wander back and forth. It sort of not only gives Noctis time to reflect and think about what's happening, it also gives you, the player, time to reflect and think about what's happening. At the same time, you know, showing you these facts that no matter how much you walk backwards, you walk towards the past or what's behind you, you're not going to find an answer.
Are heading into the mine. You best go prepared. Come back again.
Welcome, boys. We don't have much, but you're welcome to browse at your leisure. Thank you.
Refill our... We've got a ton of gil because we haven't bought anything, so... May as well.
Come again.
There's an elevator that should take us straight down to the mine.
I need to stop doing that.
Wonder if the tomb's inside. Those two went to grab a bite in that glorified dining car they call a restaurant.
I need to stop sniffing real hard. I do it as a force of habit from when my septum was deviated, and I just can't stop doing it.
Ready to set out? I'll manage somehow.
So yeah, you can. I actually don't know what happens if you try to leave Ignis behind. I should have tried that. But I find that his position here is valuable. So, especially because what we're going to talk about Ignis's role in teaching Noctis how to be a king. You might think, oh, he's been teaching him this whole time, and he's taught him a lot of lessons because he's his butler, and he's, you know, it's all about waking up early in the morning and preparing your own food and doing this, that. But the real lesson that Ignis is here to teach, he's not able to teach until now. And it's a lesson not just Noctis needs to learn.
Feeling a little out of my element.
We're a foreign species in this environment. Mind we don't end up...
Gladio also needs to learn this.
Right. Good tip.
Ignis walks at a slower pace due to his eye injury. Be sure not to leave him behind.
Footing's bad. Watch your step.
As best I can.
Go at your own pace. We'll wait.
Is it too much to ask the royal procession sticks together?
Too much to ask you to shut it?
Now, part of this lesson is obscured by the fact that the AI keeps getting stuck and like... you know, we lose Ignis because he gets stuck on a rock or something. But the lesson here is patience. You, the player, are also being taught this. Because this mission is... And it doesn't come up again because after this mission, Ignis is able to keep up without anybody drawing attention to it. But for the entirety of this mission, Ignis goes much slower than he used to. And you still have... Like, I still have the capacity to run on ahead and leave him behind. Like so. But every time you do, you get, you know, harangued by Gladio.
Get back at me!
Glad that's over.
I wish I could do more.
You staying alive is enough.
Like, see, they're all caught on the corpses of our enemies. If I go too much further, though, they'll start
Don't
bitching
push
at me
yourself,
because
Ignis.
I'm leaving them behind. I'm not leaving you behind, you're getting fucking stuck. You know, it's probably too mucky out for this outfit. Let's change. Yeah, it's getting all sorts of gunked.
Tomb must be down below.
Whoa, careful, Ignis.
they parked here?
Huh. Wish we could write him a ticket.
Still doing it. I'm still snorting. I need to stop. I wonder if I need to look up a way to like.
Ironic for a vehicle.
If we get
Other
this
than
motor
you know, I
running,
mean, if
perhaps
my
we can
nose
move
was
it out of
clear,
the
I would
way.
still be able to. I would be able to stop, but for no reason I just can't stop fucking snorting out. Alright, so we've got, in order to get down to the tomb, we've got to make a very long trek the other direction. With Blind Ignis in tow. Taking his sweet time getting anywhere. And this can be very, very frustrating. And it was, you know, it is very, very frustrating, I'm not going to lie. Because this isn't a particularly long area, it's just because you have to wait for
This
Ignis.
looks promising.
It takes longer than it should.
We'll see.
And I imagine if you left Ignis behind, it would have been much quicker.
Hey, what are you stopping for?
I'm not.
Let's see here. In case of power failure, use backup generators. There's a key in the shed.
Don't run ahead.
Then move faster.
Slow down. Don't run ahead.
Bam!
Hurry up. Ain't got time to waste.
Think I don't know that? Found it.
Good.
That takes care of the key.
And the generators?
Apparently, they're back by the control panel.
Then let's go.
So yeah, we can't go take a rest if we want to, but
Wait up!
I don't want to.
much for sticking together. No way to work the machine with that thing in the way.
Then we take it out.
Where is it?
Right here.
How does it look?
She's wired and ready. Give it a go.
And don't blow it up.
Oh, thanks for the advice.
Did it work?
Yep. One more to go. We've got the power.
Might not have it for long, though. Hurry up and move the machine.
Yes, sir.
Killing monsters, killing monsters.
Hey, you should hang back.
Was I in the way?
No, you weren't. It's just... Did you hear that?
Sounds like we're clear.
Grand. Then let's move.
Alright, let's go do the thing.
Try thinking of others.
Gladio, try shutting the fuck up. How about that?
Hold up. You sure you're ready for this? You got what it takes?
To do what?
To face your ancestors and convince them to lend you their strength. Got a long road ahead. Can you see this through? To the end?
Can and will. Whether I like it or not, I've got a duty to fulfill. As king.
You're damn right you do. Then that means you'd better start taking this seriously.
I like that their hair gets weighed down by the water.
Good to go.
We did it! Together! This cave is huge.
The tomb's further in?
You want to wait here?
Alone. Here.
Not what I said.
Oh man, something stinks around here. Don't slip and fall and whatever that is. Ah!
It tried to death roll me.
These tombs are always in the darndest places.
Glad you're taking this seriously.
What is this?
I hate eggs.
Do we really want to know what's back there? That looks like a mouth. Is that its face?
We have a Marlboro!
Real bad.
One of the most hated enemies in Final Fantasy history. Why? Because it's a piece of shit.
It's useless.
What do we do?
This might be a good time to panic.
No. There must be a way.
So it's worth noting that when trying to flee from the Malboro, you're supposed to flee in a very specific direction. I didn't know that previously, and I just tried to run wherever. You're supposed to run over to here, where those arrows are. I thought you were just supposed to actually run away from the Malboro.
Whoa! Look who's hatching!
Bust them up.
Knocked. I have an idea. If I may.
So I fought this guy like 4 times before realizing I was supposed to go to a specific area.
As I suspected.
It really worked!
Nice one, Iggy.
Now, we've a fighting chance.
Whisking them just makes a mess. Better fry them. Is it dead?
It is! And it's all thanks to Iggy. I think we found it.
Just wish they found a better place to build it.
Well, Noctis, I imagine that when they built this, it wasn't underground in water. Ah, my favorite weapon. It's a sweet katana. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
All right, let's haul ass.
Yeah, let's.
Back to the train.
A moment.
Is everything okay?
It bloody well isn't. I won't suffer this pointless bickering in silence any longer. Let's be frank. My vision hasn't improved, and probably won't. Yet in spite of this, I would remain with you all. To the very end.
Sorry, but I object. War is a matter of life and death.
But we'll be there.
It's not about us looking out for him.
Uh-huh. Well, then he should be free to choose.
There's more to it than just what he wants.
I know full well. I won't ask you to slow down. If I cannot keep up, I will bow out.
What says His Majesty?
Noct, you are king. One cannot lead by standing still. A king pushes onward, always, accepting the consequences and never looking back. Gladio, Noct will take his rightful place, but only once he's ready.
Have it your way. We're still taking a big risk. We better all be ready.
Return directly to the station. Cartanica Station. A freight stop in the middle of the Sakarp region offers little in the way of leisure or passengers, but it provides the perfect cover for Noct and his retinue to run a necessary errand. So yeah, we return.
You guys mind if we stop in Tenebrae?
Might as well hop off.
if it helps him move on.
We return, and we prepare to leave. Now that we're back up here and out of the muck, we can put our good outfits back on. Put thine jacket back on.
All set for boarding? Yeah. Well, let's roll.
Time to go to
Right,
Tenebrae.
Hop aboard. We'll be leaving shortly. We're here for you.
Yeah. Let us help you. And we're off.
Are we clear?
Crystal.
Hey, watch your step.
You're not pushing onward?
Not at his expense.
Fair enough.
There we saw Arden, humming to himself softly. I wonder what he's up to. Pictures, nothing good. Prompties suck. Bad photographer. I don't know why you even try. Chapter 11, In the Dark. Ignis's resolve forces a reconciliation between Noctis and Gladiolus, and restores harmony to the group. With renewed vigor, the four friends reboard the train and head for Tenebrae, home of the late Lady Lunafreya. Yes, we continue on to Tenebrae. Now, I wonder if I can bring up the map.
Feels good to ride the rails.
Sure does.
Eager to drive once we're in Gralia?
If they'll let me.
We're fortunate to have the regalia at all. We owe the first secretary our thanks.
She'd get more thanks if she gave us a discount.
Those transceivers are top-notch. I recall when the Hydrian raged. In the midst of the Empire's retreat, one conspicuous craft remained behind. The Chancellor's. The last thing I remember seeing was his ship, heading for the altar. I fell unconscious and was powerless to stop him.
I'm just glad you're alive.
Oh, is someone else there?
Gladio. He just came back. Where did he go anyway?
On a brief reconnaissance. Something caught my ear.
Hey, Captain. Mission complete.
Splendid.
So what caught your ear?
Rumors of longer nights.
They've been growing longer day by day.
There was talk of it back in Lucius, but recent days have shown an unseasonably sharp change. Should this trend continue, before long...
There won't be daylight.
Well, it's not out of the question. The Empire's already slain half of the Six. No wonder the whole world's in disarray.
I guess.
And longer nights mean more demons.
They're not actually
that
dead,
with
though,
our own
because
eyes.
we can summon them.
I happened to overhear a fellow passenger discussing this very same phenomenon.
So he sent yours truly to seek him out.
Nice police work.
Well, don't want to keep him waiting.
No, we don't. Back in a moment.
Sure.
Whoa! Oh, there you are, buddy. Did you see this? Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah.
It's a wall of snow or ice or something.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, there it is.
Doesn't make any sense.
Clouds of some kind. A massive storm front. Where'd Prompto go?
What's going on?
It's a real mystery. I'm not liking that snow cloud. Kind of gives me the chills.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so. This is the land that we are in now. It's the land of the Imperium, of the Niflheim Imperium. We came from here, which I believe was Altitia, through this area, where we stopped at Cartanica, continued on around, and there's a snow cloud sort of in this area. We are heading towards Tenebrae, which is up here. And eventually to Niflheim's capital.
Like, who comes up with this stuff? I couldn't dream something like this if I tried. It's a wondrous world.
The hell are you doing here?
What's going on?
So,
Easy.
this is where something
Oh, didn't see that
interesting
coming.
happens.
You all right? Shut up! Be careful there. Wait, is this for real?
And,
What? No. Show yourself.
I'm not certain what's happening here. It presents itself as if, for whatever reason, Noct is seeing Prompto as Arden.
Come on, Noct. You're scaring me. Seriously, man.
Like, the way he's talking is the way Prompto talks, not the way Arden talks. However, I don't know that it's ever resolved.
It's not safe. Plus, you're causing a scene. Quit playing around. You think this is funny? Dude, are you seriously trying to kill me? Why wouldn't I? I've got you. What are you after, following me around this whole time? It's all your fault! What are you talking about? Do you really mean that, Noct? Of course I do! You can't talk your way out of this. You won't even let me. Noct, please, can't we talk for a sec? Never.
At least it might be explained, but I just don't remember it being explained the first time I played through it. I may have missed that part. Euskilio! The deserts of the western continent have long been littered with Imperial armor as an outpost. The slaying of the Glacian, however, gave birth to a paradoxical phenomenon. Snowfields and sand dunes coexisting mere miles apart. Noctis and his friends would be wise to flee from this treacherous terrain post-haste. So it may be explained that that was Prompto, and I may just be not remembering properly, but I just remember that particular bit of dialogue being very confusing to me. It's like, what? He's talking like Prompto, but it's Arden talking, and I think this is just Arden messing with his head.
Knocked.
Yeah, like Prompto's the first one to
Where's Arden?
find him too.
Wait, he's here? If he is, that would explain all this weird stuff happening. I bet he's behind the train stopping.
Yeah,
Ignis and Gladio
they
went
just
up
sort of
to inspect the engine room.
gloss over that whole
I say the
bit
two of us
and
go
never
check
really
out the rear.
confirm if Prompto was the one he was attacking there.
Under attack? Did they bomb us? Not! We have to protect the people! Head to the next car!
Leave these guys to us.
So much for a safe ride. More of them might be on board. Let's check the rear.
We need to get the train moving again.
I'm sure Ignis and Gladio will come up with something.
I hope so. Let's go.
How bad do you think it is? The MTs can self-destruct.
Can't let them inside.
Well then, we take the fight to them. That thing's huge! We've got company.
Sure do.
Let the party begin! He's ready for round two.
It's up. It's against an army.
The odds will win. Back on his feet.
There's just too many of them.
Oh,
Pronto.
all in bullet time, baby. Knocked. He's ready for round two. How bad do you think it is? Get back! He's back on his feet. Let's get this show on the road already. Good news, Nox. Ignis just called and said we're almost ready to roll.
Finally.
Nox, he's ready for round two. Uh-oh. These guys look like trouble. Looks like they've rolled out the big guns.
Pronto. Stay back.
Break it!
Come on! We're leaving! Look! They're hot on our tail! They're gonna blow us to bits!
What if we...
Man, that airship does look suspiciously like a Death Star, like a Star Destroyer, doesn't it?
Blow 'em up first.
Oh, well, there's an idea.
She's gonna blow. She's gonna blow. That one's next. She's gonna blow. Where to now? That'll do it. Put it back down. Prompto! Oh!
How long were you in the dark?
That was the confirmation. I just forgot about that. Yeah, that was that. There was confirmation that that was Prompto. That was it. They didn't say as much, but, or I should say, they never clarified. But yeah. Chapter 12, End of Days. Arden uses a stitch. Now, this wasn't in the original time I played. Arden uses a stitch in time to switch appearances with Prompto and tricks Noct into hurting his closest friend. Nevertheless, the king pushes onward, accepting the consequences and never looking back. Chapter 12, The End of Days. That's a lot of empty field.
What's wrong? Ignis, you've got to stop this thing. Prompto fell off the train. I pushed him. I mean, Arden made me. I don't know where he is, but we can't leave him.
Stay calm, Noct. I'm as concerned for Prompto as you are. But
There's
stopping
just
the
a
train
whole
would
lot of
endanger
nothing down
everyone
there.
on board. We'd be sitting ducks for the demons.
What do we do?
First, we drop the passengers off at Tenebrae. We'll be arriving shortly.
What about Prompto?
Given the Chancellor's involvement, it's probable he's no longer where we left him. In any case, he may try to contact us. Let us wait and hope for now. Can you make your way here? Gladio's with me.
Are the two of you okay at least?
Yes.
Okay, on my way. I'll be there as soon as I take care of these stowaways.
Demons.
And things just got worse.
Time to swap back out to the Durandal because it does bonus damage to demons. push forward.
Can't take much more of this.
Alright, I've made my way towards the front car.
No light at the end of the tunnel. What in the world?
Hello, spider ladies. Oh, look who it is, Leviathan. Thank you for washing the train. Also, Tenebrise in flames. That's fun. Complete, no turning back.
Well, look who's here.
Horanea. Guess we've got you to thank for this mess.
More to it than meets the eye. You want to know who to thank? Come with me.
Can't wait to hear this.
Huh? What did you do to your eyes?
Oh, just a flesh wound.
Can you see?
I'm afraid not.
Wow, that sucks. It's a cruel world.
Thanks, Arnea. You certainly are a bright spot in this
Wasn't there one more of you guys?
situation.
Yeah, there was.
We lost track of him.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Then quit moping, keep hoping. And in the meantime, handle what's at hand.
Do you intentionally rhyme? Is that a choice you made?
So if it's not you, we thank.
Oh, thank the demons. Pawns of the Imperial Army.
The army that you fight for.
Fuck.
So yeah, we're in Tenebrae. Unfortunately, we can go no closer than this.
4. My men and I are in the search and rescue business now.
You mentioned being part of the relief effort. We have a favor to ask.
Ask away.
In light of what you've told us, we can't allow the other passengers to continue on.
Sure, leave him to me. But who's gonna drive the train?
Now that you mention it, yeah. You know anyone?
I do. In fact, I know 2. Your new engineers. Biggs and Wedge. No need to worry. They can take a licking.
Only if we have to. What's all this about?
Driving a train to Graulia.
That all.
Biggs.
Well, who would you have me ask?
You got us there.
We'll do it. Hey, really appreciate you going out of your way.
Yeah. No sweat.
Yeah, as close as we can get to Tenebrae is... pretty much here. We can't really get any closer. And so that's also an artistic choice. Tenebrae, the homeland of our bride-to-be, our childhood place of residence for a while, is so close you can see it, but you can't reach it. Much like how Lunafreya was in Altissia. She was right there, but we just couldn't get to her in time. And by the time we could get to her, it was too late. So close, and yet not quite. Tenebrae and Lunafreya represent, I mean, in a very literal sense, they represent failure. Noctis' failure to protect that which he holds dear. But they also represent a king can't save everyone. Any political leader, any leader at all, can't save everyone. The objective is to save as many people as possible. And that's kind of what they represent. They represent the people who were always going to die. Tenebrae was always going to be on fire. Lunafreya was always going to die. That's her role in this story. Even if Arden hadn't killed her, something else would have. Specifically, the stress of forming a contract with the gods would have killed her. And Noctis has to deal with that. Much like how he has to deal with Tenebrae on fire currently.
Hey, thanks for the
Tenebrae was always going to be on fire. Lunafreya was always going to die.
You know?
Right, especially the gorge.
The place is freezing. Makes sense what with the ice goddess's cold corpse lying around. It's a rather long ride, so I suggest you bundle up before we ship out. By the way, I bumped into a woman from the manor. Used to serve House Flore. Must have gone off looking for you. Said she had something important to discuss.
With me? Guess
House Flore was the house that Lunafreya belonged to. You know, from the day Lunafreya was dubbed the Oracle, her destiny was to die.
We'll be waiting on board. Give us a holler when you're ready to travel.
My word, Is that you, Prince Noctis?
Yeah.
Blessed be the stars. Just look at what a fine young man you've grown into. I am Maria, a retainer in service to House Fleuret. I doubt you'll remember me after these long years.
I, can't say I do.
Don't worry. Who I am is of little import in light of what I wish to discuss. Lady Lunafreya risked everything to spirit the ring of the Lucii away from the Citadel. Did she deliver it to you?
Yeah.
Stars above! My fears have been assuaged. Lord Ravis, too, will be overjoyed to hear this news.
Ravis, too?
I beg of you, please, see the ringed Noctis on my behalf. Already, my flesh has begun to fail me.
No, I cannot accept it. By your hand, it must be done. To deliver the ring and inspire the king is your calling. You mustn't fall.
But I lack the strength to go on.
Find it, Lunafreya. You have the will. Go to Noctis. Show him the truth of your heart.
I understand you will go hence to the Imperial capital.
Yeah.
Lord Ravis has King Regis's glaive in his safekeeping, and it was his wish to return it to you, my prince. Though I imagine it will not be easy for you to find each other.
I'll get it from him somehow.
I pray it shall be so.
The ill-fated siblings of Ravis and Lunafreya. So the thing with Ravis's arm. Now this is something that they don't explain in the game, other than the fact that he lost his arm somehow. This is something I found out later after the fact. Ravis tried to put on the Ring of Lucis after they killed King Regis. And it basically destroyed his arm. Because only the blood of Lucis can wear it. Which is part of why they need him.
Prince
They need
Noctis.
Noctis.
Yeah?
Prince Noctis, were you excited to marry Lady Lunafreya? Because she was really excited to marry you. She looked so happy the day her dress arrived. She really loved you, Prince Noctis.
Thank you.
At first,
Hello, John Lockhall. Welcome to the stream.
had mourned the fate of his chosen son. Yet in Tenebrae, the two found solace. It was not the Oracle who assuaged their fears, but the girl. She holds the true power.
I have little to offer a king, other than the voice afforded the Oracle. Nevertheless,
No, Tenebrae.
and
Lestalem.
I'm afraid
Lestalem is the city overlooking with the nuclear power reactor where only women work at the power reactor.
For a short while.
We're in Tenebrae.
Would mean the world to me.
Her homeland.
I do not seek to guide him. Merely to stand beside him.
Lady Lunafreya worried she was burdening you with the wedding. That's not true, is it?
No, not at all.
Lunaville. Tenebrae. I just got done explaining how, you know, the very existence of Tenebrae and Lunafreya are meant to be a lesson for Noctis that he can't save everyone. That these places were always meant to be destroyed.
I listened to Lady Lunafreya's address on the radio. To think she gave that speech in the very place she was supposed to be wed. I can only imagine how she must have felt.
So you're Lady Lunafreya's fiance, right? Wanna know something?
Why are these children approaching me?
Everyone knows she liked pretty flowers, but you wanna know what else she liked? Cool stickers. It has to be true.
Who the fuck are you, kid? I still don't know why this random child just starts talking to you about Lunafreya for no reason. I'm not 100% sure why the other one did, but I know like why the audience did that, is to sort of lead into the flashback. I have no fucking clue why that kid did it. I guess to normalize the other one. Without Prompto, we have no photos. I mean, maybe. It's still really fucking random. So yeah, Tenebrae is still on fire. Yep. Tenebrae is still on fire. And again, right there, but we can't go to it. We cannot reach.
Ready to depart. Just swapped out the damage cars for some new ones. Give one of us a holler when you're ready to shove off, then.
Dining car's open, if you need a break.
No, let's go.
Shall we shove off, then?
Climb aboard.
Depart for Gralia. Let us take it to the end.
Don't worry about the civilians.
You cannot get
They're in
your
my
Tenebrae.
good hands. Can't say the same for you. Watch yourselves in the capital.
Cannot get you Tenebrae.
We will.
Thanks, Aranea.
Kids, don't run next to the train. It'll run you over and you'll lose all your limbs and die.
It's snowing.
Get your ass on board.
Yes, sir.
Goravas Rift, a frozen ravine where the fallen Shiva lies. A solitary railroad carved through its unforgiving snowscape. With Biggs and Wedge driving, the train makes it slow and steady towards the Imperial capital. And on the left, you'll see the giant frozen corpse of a goddess. Please mind the cold. Not that being a corpse seems to have, not that being a corpse seems to have stopped any of the, deities from doing shit. Titan's like, yeah, they killed me, so what? Biggs, there are only 3 of us.
Look at all that snow. No wonder it's so cold in here.
We must be approaching the Glacian's cadaver.
Won't be a blessing if all we got's a body.
Let us hope we pass through the gorge without incident.
It's what's after the gorge I'm worried about.
The gorget? That's the part of your armor that covers your neck, Gladio. Once again, we are free to roam the train. So, again, the train represents transition. Not only transition, but slow transition. And in particular, there's not much we can really do while transitioning in this train. It does, however, give us some time for reflection. Some more time to, you know, think about what we've just borne witness to. And we see our lovely cars here. That's the end of the train of this array. Yeah. The train sections, I find they might, you know, from like a mechanical perspective, they're a little overlong, but I do find that they are... It also gives us free Mega Phoenix, nothing else, which is not nothing, it's true. They're sort of... I wouldn't say world building necessarily, but
once we get through Goravas, we're there.
That's kind of the feel of it. Basically, because the train is traveling through the world. Through this map, as a matter of fact. We're almost at the Goravas Rift. It's going to stop here-ish. Yeah, I think that's Shiva's body right there. And we see the discussion that they had had previously on the train about how night was getting longer, is starting to sort of become more and more apparent. We noticed it actually in Tenebrae. When we rested at Tenebrae, it didn't come back daytime, it came back at dusk again. Like we had slept through the entirety of a very short day. It seems the closer we get to the Imperial capital, the longer the nights become, which means the more demons we see.
How could this be? What's up? Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Into the Arctic crevasse. I don't know who just called Noctis. We're about to find out. Yeah, the clock is gone from our HUD. It's no longer meaningful.
I wonder what it could be this time.
Attention now.
Yeah?
What's wrong?
You may have noticed we stopped. As for the cause, outside, we think.
We'll take a look.
Oh, now.
I hope it's just a quick snow shoveling job.
Indeed.
You do remember that we're passing by the corpse of an ice goddess, right? There she is.
It's freezing.
You better keep moving to stay warm.
The Glacian did this.
I think I can see her.
It's a shame.
See her hand.
She's lying dead.
Let's clean up out here. Warm up in there.
That was snappy.
Didn't mean to.
Let's make haste.
It's almost like killing, going around randomly killing the gods that are the literal embodiments of the elements is a bad idea. Wait, Deathclaw? When did this become Final Fantasy? When did this become Fallout?
Ain't got time to waste.
Think I don't know that?
Alright.
Hey, Knocked!
What's up?
You better get in here. Something's
Got
not
it.
right. Come on,
Be there in a
Iggy.
sec.
Right.
You! Hold it! That son of a bitch.
I mean, it's been several weeks, John Lockhall, since he was blinded.
What the hell?
He learned blind combat a lot longer. It took him a lot longer than that. He just didn't start applying it until recently. Why is it so cold?
Stop! Stop, damn it! Where is he? Where's Prompto?
Oh, there you are. I'm worried about your friends. They've fallen and they can't get up.
Yeah, we know this is Arden and not Arden posing as one of our friends this time. Because he's being Kefka. Again.
A coldness that can only be hers. The face you wore the day.
I like that. Gentiana just going, you shut up now.
Let it now be done, as promised to the Oracle.
Tiana, it's you. You're the Glacian. What?
O King of Kings, restore light unto the world.
Sister, cease this madness. That boy will never be king.
Noctis is chosen. It is ordained. You of all people should know.
I know that you are throwing your life away.
That may be. But it's my choice. If only... If only I could hear his voice once more.
I need to get something to wet my throat because I am getting all sorts of congested. I'll be right back while you guys enjoy this lovely cutscene. I timed it slightly incorrect. Normally I've got the timing of those down better. Oh well. Eat a dick! Eat 1,000 dicks!
Hey, wake up.
What happened? Noct. Are you alright?
Yeah. I saw the Glacian. It's okay. She's gone now. You guys check out our drivers.
Got it. You good?
Yes, I'm fine. Let's go.
Put on the damn ring.
Hard. Guess it was hard for you too. I'm sorry.
There are many different ways you can take that statement.
I couldn't be there for you.
So I've talked before about how Noctis actually cares quite a great deal about people. One of the interesting themes I find in this game is how it talks about masculinity. And not in a way like, oh, dude bra, you have to be like a dude bra to be a dude bra. It's way more about how the idea that instead of stereotypical toxic masculinity, like, stereotypical toxic masculinity is kind of like...
I feel I've earned the right to call you Nog.
Kind of the problem in this game. And not amongst them, but like...
Chill wind,
that was the problem in the previous generation.
I remembered I'm immortal. Such is my blessing and curse. Your attack hurt me, nevertheless. My feelings, at least. And after all the memories we've shared, remember this? I should have asked if you remember him. Truly a blast from the past. Nay. You mustn't take what's not yours.
Where is he?
He? The little gunman's a short shot away.
Where?
Where else but Gralia, the seat of the Empire? I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you. And you might even find your crystal.
So...
With all these demons about, you could certainly use it. Off you go, then. I wouldn't want to keep you from your friend.
So, toxic masculinity. The idea that there are certain traits you have to be a man. In this story are traits of the old regime. Specifically, they're traits of... Well, we'll learn later they're traits of, the people that basically made Arden what he is now. And also traits of the Empire, like the leader of the Empire, the former leaders of the Empire. The idea that I want that thing, so I will just take it because I'm the biggest and the strongest. That's the Imperial way of thinking. And, we can handle anything, even very bad decisions, because we are men, and men are tough, and etc., etc., etc. And the entire game is spent with Noctis and crew combating that idea. Actively combating that idea. And we see here, Noctis only really gets the strength to move on once he does the unmasculine thing of accepting his grief. And he finally learns how to walk tall, as his father wanted him to, by dealing with his emotional baggage and by dealing with his grief and letting it out. By sitting there and crying, curling up into a ball and crying. And then afterwards he immediately stands up straight. Like, he finishes what he needs to do, gets back to his feet, and straightens his back. Looking forward, looking ahead. And so
we should be drawing close to
I find it hilariously ironic that people one of the criticisms people have of this game is that it's a bunch of dude bros or emo bros, when the actual message of the game is the exact opposite of that. The message of the game is that toxic masculinity destroys the world.
With Prompto and the crystal inside it.
And that the only way to counter that is to be a complete human being.
The proof is in the purging, but it does stand to reason. We've observed that as the nights have grown longer, the demon hordes have grown stronger. If they are in fact averse to the crystal's light, it could save not only Lucis, but the world.
Not only Lucis, but the world.
We'll find out once we take it back.
The hell?
What is it?
But
my guess, something to sidetrack us.
But yeah, like Gladio is like the jock ideal of a character, but he's not the actual strongest character in the thing, and in fact his character trait isn't even that he's strong, but that he's determined. Like, Noctis is the strongest character in the game, and his character trait is that he's emotional.
What's wrong? Get back! Run! Come on, move it!
All of my weapons aren't working.
Only a matter of time before we run out of room to run.
Got a better idea?
We trade the train for the regalia.
Come on!
On my way!
Noct, the freight car!
Keep moving!
So yeah, we are all of a sudden stripped of our ability to fight at all.
Strap in.
Yeah. Gun it.
Threat upgraded. Activating level 4 security measures. Sealing all gates.
Put the pedal to the metal.
That's the idea.
Don't crash.
Thanks for the tip.
Where are we now?
Inside a tunnel. On the train tracks.
Don't slow down, or they'll catch us up.
Going as fast as I can. Hang on!
And here we come. And now we are in the Imperial capital.
What was that? They're trying to blow us off the tracks.
One clean hit, and it's over.
It'll take a bit more than that to stop His Majesty's trusty steed.
Dodging one thing to run into another.
The regalia can take the punishment. Just focus on your driving.
You can do it, girl. You can get through this.
It's closing. Floor it.
Come on, old girl.
So, Noctis has lost his weapons. The thing he gets from his ancestry.
That's all she's got.
It'll do.
You know, the gift that his royal blood has given him. Now he's lost his car, which was the protection that his father gave him. All he has left are two of his friends and the ring that is his birthright. The regalia is the last piece of his father that he had left.
Dad. Thanks for everything.
He's been stripped of everything. Yeah, John Locke Cole. Prompto, the heart of the party. His weapons, his power. Now his car, his freedom. And the last part of his father that he had left.
No turning back now, right?
He has no choice now but to rely on himself and Gladio and Ignis.
This thing could come down at any time.
Let's be quick. Come on, this
And
way.
we are reminded of the last words his father said to him. Walk tall. What does that mean? And now his friends are cut off from him.
Hey! Ignis! Gladio!
He is completely alone. And he is a completely alone, powerless, only able to run and hide.
My lonesome.
know, for an Imperial Chancellor, you are one sick son of a bitch. Demons, the hell do you want? Leave me alone. This is getting out of hand.
He has one thing left. And this ring carries so much emotions, so much emotion attached to it. So much of an emotional burden. It represents his father, what his father died to protect. It represents Luna, what Luna died to protect. It represents his people, all of the citizens that have died for him. And now he has it.
The time has come.
It represents everything that everybody he knows has sacrificed themselves for. And the first thing it teaches him to do is the spell Death.
How did they get in here?
So, like I said, the message of this game is that, I mean, there's a lot of different messages in this game, but one of the big ones is that toxic masculinity will destroy the world, and in fact has destroyed the world. And it's also, so what does it mean? What does Noctis's father mean? What did Noctis's father mean when he said, "Walk tall"? Did he mean hold yourself upright? Keep your back straight? Did he mean believe in yourself? That if you trust yourself and trust what you're feeling, you will be able to resolve, you'll be able to find the resolve to do what you need to do? His father was a man who wanted peace so much that he sacrificed himself, physically himself, to protect his people in a non-violent way. The reason that the Empire had to kill King Regis and thus had to come to the peace table in the first place to kill him was because he powered a magical shield using the ring and using his own life force. Powered a magical shield that surrounded their kingdom.
Nice.
Preventing any and all enemies from entering. And so they had to enter as an ally in order to destroy it from within. So when a man like that, who is so dedicated to the opposite of what we think when we think of masculinity, what does he mean when he gives what could be misconstrued as a typical masculine statement of walk tall, sort of like man up? What does he mean? What would he mean if he said man up? What I think he meant was for Noctis to be proud of himself and what he can accomplish, and to believe in himself. And through that belief, he would find the courage to move on, to move forward. Because I think he knew. I know he knew that he was going to die. We know that he knew he was going to die. The game has told us as much. And so he knew that his son was going to have to deal with this pain. And he likely knew that, you know, he has been through this journey himself. And so he likely knew that his son was going to lose a lot more before he accomplished his goals. He may not have known that Lunafreya was going to die, but he may have suspected she could. And so with those last 2 words that he ever spoke to his son, he gave him the key to moving on. And over the course of this dungeon, which, you know, people have rightly criticized for its sort of dragging everything out and removing a lot of the what we've come to, you know, learn from the game. Like, you know, it's we've gone from having to use exactly, yeah. And John Michael says, in common parlance, walk tall is a deeper statement than man up. Walking tall is being the sort of person who can live with no regrets. To deal with your shit and move on. So this dungeon, this section of the game, where they've removed all the mechanics that you come to rely on previously, and now you only have the Ring of the Luci to deal with things. I can understand why people get frustrated at it.
And that's the way to the elevator taken care of.
But I see it more as Noctis coming to terms with what his father told him to do. Coming to terms with what he has to do. He has to rely on himself and move forward. He can't rely on his borrowed power from his ancestors. He can't rely on the Armatus. He can't rely on his friend's power. All he can rely on is his own power, and that of the ring. Oh yeah, no. Like, mechanically, poor choices were made. But thematically, I find this to be probably the most interesting section of the game. Also, apparently in the recent update, they fixed a lot of the problems that we had with how slow the game was, so it may very well be, and the title of this chapter, A King's Struggle. Perfect. I find that to be the perfect title for this chapter. Apparently they've... and we are playing the updated version, so we're not sure...
Anyone can become a hunter, regardless of where they're from or what they can do. Precisely. Right.
I'm not sure what they've done to speed it up, but we're going to find out. Oh, that... Well, the Eterna spell fired a lot faster than it used to. Also, I'm not getting knocked out of my magic spells like I used to, so that might be a thing. I mean, it certainly is a thing. Like, the area of effect kill everything around me spell fired a lot faster. Also, because I can't point warp and it's only me, I'm going to turn off the weight. Iron shavings.
Dead quiet. Where'd everybody go? These bastards again.
I do love ripping a hole in time and space and devouring everything nearby. To be a very, like, I enjoy that. That's just his, no, you fuck off.
Too quiet for comfort.
How does it feel to be powerless? Can't help your friends if you can't help yourself.
Gotta hurry and find them, wherever they are.
We'll find out in a minute if death fires faster.
Can't you simply taste the air of foreboding?
It's firing a lot faster, and I'm not getting knocked out of it, which is a big which was a big pain for me previously, where the little guys would smack you and knock you out of the casting.
Might make it in here. These don't look
like that.
Must be tiring having to run all the time. That magic is a royal disappointment.
Okay, death doesn't seem to be going any faster, though. Fortunately, they can't fucking hurt me right now. It's like, oh, we're going to axe you. Okay. Thunk. 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 Holy doesn't kill them fast enough, though. Holy, at least when I played the first time, maybe they've upped the damage on it, but Holy was the most useless spell the first time I played through. Just because it did not do nearly enough damage to justify using it.
There's some streaker running around here.
What's up, Axeman? Elevator time.
It's all coming along swimmingly, isn't it?
Oh no, it's gonna grab my feet when I walk forward past it. I know you're active still. You can't fool me.
Can't afford to get spun around. Hey, Prompto!
This one gets me. Because Prompto was right there. However, it still doesn't do enough damage to actually hurt me, so I don't care. Let's speed run this place. Really? Really? Oh shit. It was so bad at hitting me I ran out of mana. Oh wait, where did its axe go? I think my holy block threw its axe away. So, holy definitely does more damage now. Holy definitely does more damage now. Like, holy shit, holy does more damage now.
Invalid key. Data retrieved. Security clearance level 1.
Huh. And what have we here? Clearance level. Nice.
Hey, look,
Security clearance raised to level 2. Access to level 2 zones authorized.
Similarly to how I was confused in Final Fantasy VII when Shinra had their security cards hidden in boxes that were locked by a puzzle in the main room. I also find it curious that this seat of the Nilfgaardian government lets you upgrade the security of your card by running it through a terminal. A terminal that you can access with the lower level security card. I feel like they have no serious thoughts on security.
Poor Prompto must be feeling the heat right about now.
Roll, 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 roll.
Damn it! It won't budge!
Think about it for a minute, Noctis. How did he get in there? You saw him running around like he didn't have a care in the world. How did he get in there? And evidently tied to a chair.
Noct, help me.
I mean, I know Arden wants Noctis to keep coming around, but if we look at this place as not as a dungeon, but a government building, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, you know what? You in particular, you. Oh, I can't make her fuck off. You in particular. Fuck off. That's fair. That's fair. Arden, yeah. That is an explanation I can accept. So John Locke Cole explains that this one is easier to explain than the Shinra puzzle, because the terminals are not that hard to move around, and Arden wants Noctis to keep coming. And that he has been in charge of the Empire for some time at this point, and maybe has even had nothing but clockwork soldiers in this building for months now, so refitting could have happened. Yeah, no, I see that. What I don't see is why Noctis falls for this so easy. How do you fall for this, Noctis? You've already seen this once.
Another trick. Back to square one.
Security clearance raised to level 3. Access to level 3. Zones authorized.
That's one of my personal favorites.
Well, I'm glad level 3.
You should have seen the look on your face.
Oh no, that
You'd best hurry. Next
pointless
time,
illusion.
It might really be your friend. Are you certain it wasn't the real thing? Wouldn't want to make a mistake.
Hey, am I going the right way? Yeah. I've got to go back now to go around. Yeah, okay. Yep. Oh. Okay. Fortunately, even if they hadn't updated this thing, I'm so over-leveled for this area now, we wouldn't have needed to worry about having to play hide and seek.
Oh, it's just so unfair.
What is Arden? One of these guys is gonna grab my feet and try to blow up. It's this guy! There might be a second one, cause Arden's unoriginal fucker. You know, I knew it wasn't Prompto from the beginning because Arden's already pulled that trick, and he's nothing if not repetitious. Like, the only thing that he's done that has truly surprised me thus was him killing Lunafreya. I genuinely didn't expect him to kill Lunafreya.
So close now. Soon it will be within your grasp.
Everything else, however...
I suggest you take the central elevator. It will take you to your goal.
Oh look, what a surprise. It's not responsive.
Aren't you helpful now? Down.
Well, Leon Kennedy doesn't put a round in every inactive corpse he sees because that'd be a waste of bullets, and firing the gun would attract the active zombies. As to why Noctis doesn't just blow up any and all Clockwork Soldiers, I can't explain. It's a big daddy, an iron golem.
If a king cannot protect himself, how is he to protect others?
Bye, fucker. Ooh, what's back here? More reflex enhancers. Found another one. That's fine, let them come. Come get me, bitches! What's that? I'm juking you. I have juked you. Get the fuck out of here. know what? Fuck you in particular. As I was running that way, I remembered I didn't actually need to run that way because the button's over here. You only need to go that way if you want to get items, and I don't give a fuck about items. What's up, bitch? Yeah, Noctis saying please get the fuck out of my face does have a slight more impact than others. Mostly because others can't banish you to an extra-dimensional black hole space. Hello, Iron Golem. Let's see if this works on you. Be the fuck gone. You know, that would be very tempting to do. Like, imagine if, like, a foreign head of state came into your office and started bitching about how if you didn't do what he wanted, he was going to start a war with you.
The higher you climb,
the farther I fall, I know.
The further you fall.
Oh, look! Called it! Yeah, so imagine if you could do that to a foreign head of state. Or to their entourage. Just, you know, if you don't give in to our demands, we will, you know, start a war and everything. Oh, really? You're going to start a war? Okay, can I have your your 4 aides? Come stand next to me for just a second. BAM! I'm sorry, you wanted to start a war? Are you sure you want to do that? I am a portable black hole maker. Well, his hand came off. Man, Ravis. You look a little rough. And so, we finally have received the rest of our father's inheritance. Rely upon the alterations if you must, and cease all contact with the Empire. If you seek Covenant, you know full well the cost. Should Noctis succeed in claiming the power, I shall gladly restore his father's sword to him. I shall send an escort. You and Gintiana will return to the manor. It is dangerous to remain in Lucis. The Empire fears the Covenant with the Archaeon, and ere long they will come for you. Noctis may have the Storm's blessing, but his powers remain as feeble as the breeze. Open your eyes, Lunafreya, and see the futility of your toils. He is unworthy of your sacrifice and of King Regis' sword. So yeah, Ravis was working with his sister.
Rest easy. Your work is done.
Basically trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Well, Dad, let's see what your sword can do.
By, you know, sort of piloting the Imperial army from within. I love the attack pattern of the Sword of the Father, by the way. It's just so fucking cool. Also, when he does that final attack, the whole fucking wha-bam, just you get the sense that Noctis has had enough of your shit. He's like, okay,
Can't you
I'm done.
taste the air of foreboding? Did you hear that? There's something out there.
It's not that there were fewer long hallways, it was more that I didn't give a fuck about being quiet.
What's this smoke?
Poison, you dipshit.
Where's it coming from?
Aha! Well, you can't say I didn't warn you.
What's the smoke? What the fuck do you think it is?
Need to stop it. Oh, it's clearing. That was close. Get that meat!
Oh, it was such a tease.
You, sir, can fuck right off. Did I mention I was out of fucks? We have accepted who we are and what our responsibilities are going to be. We have accepted all of the deaths that have brought us to this point. And now that we've finally reached acceptance, we can grow and continue forward. And I find it refreshing that as opposed to manning up, the point of this game is to accept what has happened and deal with your shit. Hey, he's still alive, kind of. I just like that the so much media in the world, and quite frankly, like, it's not just Western media, it's all media, Western and Eastern. The message that they give to men is that in order to solve your problems, you have to be big and tough and strong and emotionally dead. You have to be, you know, you have to get a grip on yourself. You've got to man up. You've got to, you know, you've got to not let it bother you. You've got to put it behind you. You've got to walk forward, never looking back. You've got to, you know, all this things that you've got to do. You've got to do this. You've got to do it this way in order to solve your problems. You've got to attack it head on. You've got to be confident. You've got to be strong. You've got to do this, that, and the other. Yeah, you have to be John Cena or else nobody. And this story tells us, no, you don't have to be. Here's a person who cares about people, who is unsure of himself, who relies on others, who is hesitant to let anybody die for his sake. And he finally comes into his power when he accepts the fact that that's okay. That he doesn't have to be what he thinks or what society thinks he needs to be. Does he need to move forward with no regrets? Yes, but part of that is accepting yourself. And in acknowledging that pain, you get ultimate power. Like, which I think, like, they mechanically reward Noctis for being a emotionally stable human being, which I think is A, hilarious, and B, great storytelling.
You really are helpless without your friends babysitting you.
And the person he's fighting is a person who is not emotionally stable and who, you know, has never dealt with his baggage. Who created a culture of toxic masculinity and uses it to hurt people and to take what he wants. And no matter what he does with that outlook on life, he never can get what he wants. fuck off!
Whatever the hell that is, I don't think I want to mess with it.
What did I just say? Oh, it moved away. It moved out of the blast radius. So yeah, I think Final Fantasy 15 is probably the best Final Fantasy story that they've done in a long time. Like, I would say since 10.
First keys now.
13 had a good story. And I know I remain in the minority of that opinion,
What was
but
that noise?
I definitely think this is probably the best story they've told since 10.
Lonesome.
And maybe, like, if we look at it from a different perspective, rather than quality, like not looking at quality of characters, but quality of message, it may be the best one since 7.
Ain't much, but it's better than nothing.
But at that point, it's more about what sort of a message you take away, you know, and what message means more to you. 7 will still always be my favorite, and just because I feel like the message 7 has to tell is very important. Not only to the world at large, but also to me in particular. So, you know, it's hard to...
You serious?
It's hard to beat that message. Which, you know, when the HD re-release of 7... when the HD re-release of 7 comes back out, we're gonna play through it and see if the message remains the same. But, you know, the discussion on coming from... Yeah, no, like, that's individual things. But this message resonates very strongly with me because I come from a place in the world where, you know, for most of my life, I'm an actor, I'm an entertainer. I'm a person that sort of, for my career, I tap directly into that emotion of what, you know... I tap directly into emotion. That's what I use to make a living. And so the message that emotion is a good thing really resonates with me. And I come from a place where that's not true.
Ain't much, but it's better than nothing.
In the South, you know... in the southern USA, being a man means being big and tough and strong and playing football and working out and fixing cars and smoking and chewing tobacco and solving your problems with a wrench. So... because I've always been very different from that perspective, and it's part of what sent me over to acting, this message is very refreshing to see. Because you don't see it near often enough. And it's kind of what makes me laugh, by the way, about that message and why it's important to me is that
the Empire made considerable inroads into the science of demons.
MRAs.
Well, after I showed them the way, of course.
Men's rights activists completely miss the point. Like, I know several MRAs from the South, and they're like, you know, unlike what I'm saying, which is this message is important to get across, they pursue that message of toxic masculinity and, like, use it to justify a lot of shit they shouldn't, you know, use it to justify. And it's like, you're kind of missing the point of your own speech. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about MRAs and how they make me laugh. I am there. I need to get over there.
Your head can do more than wear a crown. Use it.
Yeah, growing up in a small town in Texas, very much the same. Your answer to any problem is either fuck it or kill it. And, that's not... For some people, that is the answer.
Where demons come from.
I find that life... I find that that's not the only answer,
they
though.
were children of nature. Beasts and men. Oh, and you've killed so many.
Cause, you know, that's not always a bad outlook to have, but it's not... It shouldn't be the only outlook to have. Not even a particularly elegant or robust answer. No, it's not.
The infantry units you callously dub MTs all began as babes in this very facility. Imprinted with serial codes, incubated until they were strong enough to fight.
I also find it quite
What
telling.
a pity. Innocent souls fated to suffer at the hands of a foreign king.
That in this game,
Well, not so MT after all, are they?
the titular demon. So demons are, you know, evil. They're the aggression. They're the evilness of mankind. And the one that you sort of see as like the penultimate thing, like if you start driving around at night in the beginning of the game, the first one that you see that pops up, it's a demon, not a beast, is the Iron Golem. And in this game, and the Iron Golem looks like what? Just a big swole fucker. I find it quite telling that that is one of the main enemies in this game, is the Iron Golem, and how in particular it looks. So yeah, what we just learned was that the Empire, in a very real move of toxic, like literal toxic masculinity, turned people into demons and shoved demons into robots to make their Magitech troopers. That is like for a real world representation of toxic masculinity, like the concept of toxic masculinity distilled into a physical thing. That's really fucking on the nose. Like, we took you, a human being, ramped your emotions to 11 to turn you into a demon, then shoved you into a robot made for war and killing. It's like, right on the fucking nose.
The most fascinating tidbit about your dear Prompto.
All the patients up and disappeared? It makes no sense.
We raised babies to be Terminators. Startlingly ineffective Terminators. Well, I mean, they're probably way more effective against people who aren't Noctis. Like, if they were put up against, like, normal soldiers, they'd probably be a lot better at their job. Unfortunately, all we ever see them do is fight Noctis, which is sort of a bad choice for most people. Noctis is literally magic. Yeah. Core the Immortal, or a lady named Highwind, and Noctis, and Noctis's bodyguards, which includes Noctis. It's kind of like, you know, in World of Warcraft, any NPC that's meant to be a threat fighting a player character.
To level 5. Access to level 5.
It's like, man, these guys are so tough and powerful and dangerous and deadly. Oh wait, as a player character, never mind. Send them at them. It's like sending a nuclear warhead. It's like using a tactical nuke.
This place. What are they keeping inside? Not sure what that is, but I got a hunch it's bad. Don't like it one bit.
Let's see if we can get to the crystal in the next 15 minutes, shall we? We're almost there. Okay, I recognize that chamber.
Expecting that. Things are looking up.
How will this story end, I wonder?
Intruder alert. Mobilizing dormant Magitech infantry.
What the? Wait. Is that what's waiting inside? There's more of them.
Wow.
Where are your friends? You don't think they ran off without you?
They suck. They just fell over, dude.
You still haven't found Gladio? Only a matter of time before Ignis bumbles into a trap.
Like, half of them that jumped out just fell over.
Very much alone right now.
Should...
Security clearance raised to level 6. Access to level 6. Zones authorized.
Not so tough without your borrowed toys, are
Oh no, I'm about to die. Oh wait. I need you all to go away.
You really are helpless without your friends babysitting you.
You know, you keep saying I'm helpless without my friends babysitting me. I think you misunderstand the basic dynamic of this relationship. I give them magic, they kill things. So really, they're the helpless ones, not me.
In case there was any doubt, it's a trap.
I know. How did you not see that coming, Noctis? He actively told you it was a trap.
Hurry, while you dawdle, people are dying.
I really gotta done it now.
No, is that you? Hey, no! Can you hear us?
Ignis. Gladio!
Where are you?
Look for the death trap. I'm in the death trap.
Nox in trouble! Got him! There ought to be a kill switch nearby. Find it!
How do you know that?
I believe it's the reason we were brought here. Hey!
That was close.
How did you get here?
You're welcome.
Thanks.
After we were separated, we received help. From the usual suspect.
That bastard's playing with us. But at least we're together.
All but one of us.
Reunited with your retainers at last. How very touching. Must be a fine feeling, having friends. Look how happy you are. I pray you find your dear Prompto soon.
And here we find the nation of Zion. Where's Char? I'm looking for Char. Char Assnable. Where's Char ass Nabel?
Locked. Meaning there's someone inside?
Go. I knew you'd go that way. Oh, you're such a tease.
You keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Hey, you alright?
Are you hurt? Do you need help?
I'm fine. Thank you, Noct.
No sweat.
Tell me, were you worried about me?
And again, the emotional answer is at the top and selected.
Of course. That's why you came. Like I believed you would.
Prompto.
That's why I told myself I couldn't die. Not until I could see you. And hear you tell me I'm not a fake. That I'm the real me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Everything's all
Well,
right
you're
now.
bleeding, Prompto, so I'm pretty certain you're not an MT. I'm pretty certain you're not a Magitech trooper. No matter what Arden says. Because Magitech troopers don't fucking bleed. They don't have blood. So we're going to talk about this? Guys? Is anyone going to talk about anything that has happened thus far? Or are we going stoic silence on the whole thing? Stoic silence it is. Well, as we're being stoically silent and silently stoic, we're going to call it there for the day. Yeah, I was hoping we'd get a little farther, but, you know, we got pretty far. We're definitely going to wrap this up, I feel, next week. I think next week will probably be the last Final Fantasy 15. We'll probably get to the end and might even end early, which is good because it gives me another week to find out what I'm going to be playing after this. So, thank you all very much for joining me here for JRPG Weekly. How does the spiel go? Oh, so, we have been Final Show Films. We produce a wide variety of content every day of the week. You can check us out at our website at finalshowfilms.com. You can also check us out on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. It's over there. You can check us out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thistalker, where the replays go. The replays of this and all of my other streams and other stuff go there in a variety of playlists. You can also find us on 411mania.com. So our podcasts and our vampire live stream are getting hosted up on, or getting not hosted, but getting posted up on 411mania.com. It's a culture website. They do entertainment, wrestling, MMA, gaming, news stuff. And I've been writing articles to go along with our podcasts as they go up. So you can go check those out, 411mania.com. They get posted up. I tend to post them up around noon-ish there, but they don't get approved until the evening because the editor is their overnight. The editor that approves my stuff is their overnight guy. So roughly in the evening, you'll see them go up. If you're listening to our podcasts, you definitely need to read those articles. I put lots of fun information and trivia in them, and a little bit of extra information based, just based on what I have for the day. I'm practicing my article writing skills. Also, since we appreciate them, getting our stuff to a wider audience, please go check out the rest of their stuff because that's fun too. But yeah, so thanks to them for letting us put our stuff there. Check out our podcasts. We have a new podcast that's going to be going out on Friday. We're going to be recording it right after this, actually. That's why I'm cutting out right before 9. Be on the lookout for that. If you're a fan of Critical Role, the live stream series, we're going to be doing a live stream, a Critical Role rewatch podcast, which you'll hear more about on Friday when it goes up. Yeah, and if you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on our Patreon page. A monthly donation would be appreciated. Of any amount, we appreciate any and all donors. But especially, we appreciate our $25 supporters, Chris Comfort and Antitonic, without whom we wouldn't be able to do quite as much of the stuff we do. Our next goal on Patreon, by the way, is $100, consistent $100 a month. Will let us separate our podcast feeds out into actual plays, the Natch 20, and any other future podcasts would have their own feed, as opposed to all of it being lumped together in a single one. We would still have the overarching everything goes in this podcast. We'd also have actual Final Show Film actual plays, Final Show Film Natch 20 review, and then also other stuff. So help us get there on Patreon. If you want to do a one-time donation, you can do so on our website. We have a PayPal Donate Now button. Click the button. It goes directly to the Final Show Films PayPal, not to my personal one, not to Eunice's personal one, to the same one that the Patreon money goes to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And if you're on YouTube, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing below. We appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.